Hello everybody! Welcome to actual PetTube content. I don't know when this is actually gonna happen again, so enjoy while you can. So today we're doing actually something that I've been meaning to do for a pretty long time. Today we are upgrading my Gargoyle Gecko's cage. Some of you might not know that I have one. She doesn't really like the ring light, so it's hard to get like good footage of her. But she is a fantastic little lizard. I love her dearly. I got her when she was just a little itty bitty baby. She was about this big. So she had obviously a smaller cage because Gargoyle Geckos I think are a little bit more flighty or timid. So as babies, it's okay for them to have maybe a smaller tank as long as you have intentions of upgrading eventually. So I did that because there was a sale on the tank that I had been looking at. I wanted an 18 by 18 by 24 inch enclosure, and I think that it just turned out surprisingly well because I don't know if I'm that great at cages, to be fair. I gave it my best shot. It's very naturalistic, very cute. I love the way it turned out. It's not bioactive. If you guys want a bioactive tutorial for Gargoyle Geckos, I will link one down below by Elle's Reptile. She had a really great video on it. I actually took a couple tips from her to... Hers is fully bioactive, mine's just more naturalistic, so let's just get into it. I started off with an 18 by 18 by 24. So first things first, I had to start from the bottom, work my way to the top. Now we here. So I started off first by creating some moss. Now I have this moss by Exoterra Forest Moss. It comes in these bricks. This is actually a product I got back when Chewy was doing that Chewy Influencer program, and it was one of the few products that I just absolutely loved because it's a good bang for your buck product because it kind of doesn't look like a lot, but then when you put it in water, you get like a ton of moss. You get so much moss. And moss is good for maintaining humidity. Gargoyle geckos do need it pretty humid. First started off making moss, then I took some Eco Earth, and this is actually where I sort of took the cue from Elle's Reptiles, because what she did was she wet it and then combined it with the moss as well. Now, a lot of people are like, oh well, Eco Earth is usually pretty moist. I live in a desert, and at this point I still had to clean the cage, and I didn't want the substrate to get dry before I was able to get it in the cage. So that's what I did. I wet a little bit of Eco Earth in a bucket, mixed it around, added moss sort of gradually. Once I was finished, I did go ahead and actually cover it up with foil so that it wouldn't dry out. Now, next thing was to actually clean the cage because it had just gotten from the pet store. I actually just washed it out real quick with some Dawn and hot water, and then went ahead and rinsed it out with just some nice distilled water. I mean, that part was pretty basic, but this is the part that everybody really likes. This is the actual cage build. I needed a lot more Eco Earth than I thought I did. I used like almost the entire bag, but it's fine. It's a pretty big cage, so she deserves it. She's a very lovely little gecko. I am considering renaming her. Her name right now is Jessica Jones, but I only really picked that name because I thought she was a boy when I got her, because it's really hard to tell when they're little itty bitty babies, and I was like, oh, Daredevil would be a great name for a Gargoyle Gecko, you know? Come to find out, she is a woman, so she needs a woman's name, so I might be renaming her, I'm not gonna lie. I did mix in more moss once I actually got into the actual substrate. Now, I did make a ton of moss, so I did have a nice full layer of just moss because sis This was a lot of moss. This wasn't even like a full brick's worth of moss. This was maybe a third, okay? When I say bang for your buck, I mean it, okay? I'm a broke bitch. It's a good product, not gonna lie. Exoterra, hit me up. I'm serious. Sponsor me. But now you'll notice I did keep the Buddha background. I would like a new background. However, I spent half my paycheck putting this together, so Mama still needs money. We're gonna use the styrofoam for a little bit. That's also the reasons why it's not bioactive. Bioactive's expensive. You know, more naturalistic I could get away with. I started by putting in just some wood pieces. I had a lot of wood. They're arboreal, so they like climbing the trees and stuff like that. Now I did also add this little bird bridge. You'll see here. It's just fun, it's cute. You know what I'm saying? I did start adding some of the fake plants, and I did kind of try to make as much coverage as I possibly could. Gargoyle geckos like to be covered, they like to be safe, and they feel like they can be like safe within the trees and stuff like that. Next up was the thermometer, because these guys like it a little bit cooler. Room temperature is usually about good for them. Now I just kept adding plants because, you know, plants are cute. I actually started to grab some of the stuff from her old enclosure, giving it a quick wash, and then putting it in the new cage. So you'll see a piece of pork bark and then another little piece of wood that I put in there. And then also I had this little hamster bridge thing that she actually very much likes. Like, she likes to go under it, she likes to climb on it. It's wood, so I like to stick with the wood theme. Now I did also put the hydrometer in there. Hydrometers are very important for enclosures like this because gargoyle geckos, crested geckos, and lychee geckos all like it nice and moist, so you gotta be able to accurately gauge that. So I'm probably gonna get a new one for the cage. You'll see that it's kind of there on the feeding ledge, which hopefully she'll start using because I had it in her old enclosure. She never used it. But I'll probably wind up getting a new one, maybe even a digital one. Here was the true pièce de résistance, which was her little coconut. She loves this little coconut. She loves to hang out in it. She was actually in it. That's how I got her in the cage, was she still was in the coconut. So I just put the coconut directly in the cage. Chillin'. I didn't really want to take her out. That's kind of a nice little hide for her. And it actually turned out really well. I haven't really done much in the way of cage decor, and I actually love how this turned out. It looked so pretty. I do plan on adding more stuff in the future. Like, I want to add more plants. I want to even try to convert to bioactive eventually. I want to do more vines, more things to climb, maybe some bigger pieces of wood for her so she can climb even higher. I would love to continue to add to it. And I think she enjoyed it. She pooped in it afterward, which, you know, for most reptiles is usually the universal sign of like, okay, I accept this cage. I actually got a shot of her in her little coconut peeking out. Oh? Who's this? Hello? Peeking out of your coconut? Do you like your cage? Huh? Oh, you're so cute, honey. Okay, I hope you enjoy your cage. I think it turned out really well, and I think you're really gonna like it. I am gonna get more plants for you, I promise. Just give me some time. But you look so cute in your little coconut. Oh, cutie. Oh, I did also add a little Buddha head at the bottom. I got that from the dollar store. It was originally Mr. Peanut Butter's cage, so I cleaned it up, sanitized it, put it in there to go with the Buddha theme. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my actual pet tube content. I do plan on upgrading everyone's enclosures eventually. The next one up is Archer. As you've noticed, he stopped throwing complete hissy fits every time I start filming. So he deserves a little bit of a reward. We're gonna get him a 20-gallon long, which is gonna take up this whole shelf. So we are gonna have to move this beautiful iron throne. But he's definitely up next. I'm waiting on that Petco $ per gallon sale. And if there's any cage people out there that want to sponsor me, hit me up. I'm serious. Holla at your girl. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little departure for me. Next week, I'm probably gonna be back to memeing. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any name suggestions for my gargoyle gecko. I like to name things after other things. I don't know if you noticed this from my snake named Archer, my gecko named Mr. Peanut Butter, my other gecko named Childish Albino, which, oh, that's a brilliant name. I didn't name Winslow after anything though. I just chose his name because it was unisex. Hope you guys are having a good week. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Hit that subscribe button because we are almost to 3,000 subscribers. And then I have a very special announcement at 3,000 subs. Not gonna lie, it's be exciting. Also, we have the 3,000 subscribers special. You have not been on the community tab, you should, because I take a lot of suggestions from that post and I basically make whatever y'all want me to make. Within reason. Within reason, okay? Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Who's texting me? It's probably my grandma. No one else texts me. Okay, bye.